Hello, coconuts, and welcome to another episode of An Empty Dream, a Girl by Moonlight game that we do on our channel here, Lantern Light Adventures. My name is Mal, my pronouns are she, her, and I am going to be the director tonight. So let's introduce our players.
Hi, my name is Chantel. I play Winifred Niff, the um, pronouns she, her. It's been a little while, so I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. Um, the transcendent form is Concordia, who is the harmony pronouns they, them. I'm looking forward to getting my feelings rocked tonight.
Hello, everyone. I am Elle. I use they, them pronouns. I am the next letter in the alphabet, as we have well established. And today I will be playing Carrie Milan Vanderleal. One day I will remember that without looking at my notes first. They use they, them pronouns in both their mundane and transcendent form, Lycos. They are looking forward to teaching children how to kill, and I am looking forward to having a good cry.
Continuing in alphabetical order, I'm Dozens, pronouns he, they. Tonight I will be playing Janice Quinn, time traveler and girl scientist, pronouns he, her, slash Kronos, pronouns it, its.
Hello, friends. My name is Siliqui Jaden. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me most places online as Fat Sapphic Bro. I'll be playing the unlikely hero, Calliope Rodriguez, she, her pronouns, and Verdage, they, them pronouns. Welcome back to our space here at Lantern Light Adventures. This is home to all of our TTRPG and related content on Twitch. All of our games are also uploaded to our Lantern Light Adventures YouTube channel. There's a link to our link tree in the chat right now that you can click. It'll take you to all of our various social media pages so you can follow us everywhere we are. If you want to keep up to date on everything we're doing, feel free to also join our Discord, which is linked in the chat or will be shortly. If you want to play with us or GM for us, fill out the TTRPG actual play interest form, which you can find linked in our link tree. And once you fill out that form, I will email you back with our TTRPG consent form, and then we can match you with games from there. We will be streaming this Girl by Moonlight game every Tuesday from 6 to 9 p.m. PST. As for where you can find us the rest of the week, on Wednesdays from 2 to 5 p.m. PST, we stream The Old Stories, The Breathing Mountain. This is our new Old Gods of Appalachia actual play. As a warning, this is a horror game, so please care for yourselves as needed. On most Sundays from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. PST, we stream The Era of the Dragons, our D&D 5e actual play. On most Mondays from 5 to 7 p.m. PST, Archangelic, our lovely producer Polygeist, and myself have been streaming our playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3. If you'd like to play with us as a guest, reach out to me anytime. Otherwise, feel free to come and hang out with us while we play. We also record an audio cast after show for each of our games where we go over any necessary advancement steps and debrief from the games. You can listen to these for free on our Patreon at patreon.com/lanternlightadventures. All of these after shows will always be free, but we appreciate any contributions and support as it helps us continue to bring you awesome queer content. Starting in June, we will be taking the full last week of the month off every month instead of just the last Sunday of the month so that we can edit and prepare more content for y'all. And finally, throughout the month of June, as a celebration of Pride Month, we're raising money alongside Pride Revolution in support of the Trans Empowerment Project. The link and information can be found in the chat. And in support of a free Palestine, we will be financially supporting a family through the Pass the Hat project. More information for that will be shared once we're assigned our family. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for those announcements. So let's get into this.
Woo!
Previously on An Empty Dream. The Coconuts, acting on two different leads, split the group to investigate. Callie and Janice went to investigate the old physics building that had been broken into previously. Carrie and Niff set out to the beach to investigate whatever phenomenon is happening over the bay. At the physics building, you found old files and information about experiments that had happened there, and saw where equipment had been ripped from the decaying lab. Before you could actually process the information, Max showed up, but he was not fully himself. He called himself the architect and used his newfound powers to begin to collapse the building on you. A fight ensued, and Calliope transcended for the first time into Verdage. At the beach, a rift opened up, and a feline figure riding an articulated octopus creature came bursting from the rift. You got into a fight while Nif tried to fend off the octopus. Corvus showed up, which exacerbated the situation. A mysterious figure, who you would later find out is Jordan Flowers, calmed the octopus and shrunk it down to a normal size. Blacktail and Corvus, of course, fled off to wherever they will be hiding. Jordan explained briefly what had been happening with the rifts, and she told you she could use your help to protect others from rifts that have been happening all through Santa Marta. Moonflower, feeling bad for how things went with a conversation with Janice, invited you to dinner, which is just another aside, another thing you have to do. So we're basically picking up right after. I'm gonna say it's kind of the weekend here. There's not really like school or anything. But time is a flexible thing here, so in our storytelling. So whatever you
Time
would
is our
like to
enemy.
do. Time is the enemy.
So immediately after the events of our last session, Calliope would ask to stay at somebody's house because she chopped off her hair very quickly, and mom can't see it until it's like done professionally. So yeah.
Oh, you can stay with me. I mean, if Reese doesn't have a problem with me, Reese isn't going to have a problem with you. I think that in general, she likes you a lot. Not in like a
Fantastic.
weird way, in a platonic friend of friend way. I don't want they have a boyfriend.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, but you can stay with me. We'll have a sleepover.
Fantastic.
It will be very fun. And you know, I cut my own hair, so I'm sure that I could cut your hair as well.
That'll be an adventure.
I used a dagger.
I
There
can
there are definitely better tools.
I can get something set up for you for tomorrow morning if you'd like. Like
That's
at
probably
a
better.
hairstylist. Let me make some calls and we'll get you a good
What Carrie,
hairstylist.
I would like to say out of game, what Carrie is not revealing is that Reese had to help Carrie redo their hair after the dagger incident. So while they have technically cut their own hair with a dagger, it did not go very successfully.
I'm sure everyone
Amazing.
remembers.
Everyone remembers the dagger incident.
Right.
It's French.
There's a guy online that like cuts hair with a sword, and I'm like, that can't be accurate enough. Like, anyway,
Only Mulan has that power.
Right.
True.
So yeah, Nif will make some phone calls, and after about 20 minutes, hand and a slip of paper with an address and a time, just like 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Go here. They're great. You don't have to worry about it. They know my parents, so like
Perfect.
they're
Thank
yeah,
you.
they'll take care of you. Don't worry about it.
Awesome.
My treat.
Mhm.
For your super cute
Sweet.
self who like kind of a badass, kind of a
Kind
hero.
of.
I don't know if
Thanks.
you are getting what I'm putting down, but holy shit. How do you feel?
Weird and excited and a little nervous.
I
We'll
feel
see
like
how
all of
things
those
go.
are reasonable feelings.
Yeah, and I think for this haircut situation, I think we'll go like pixie, like we'll keep it still somewhat feminine, or feminine presenting, something that mom would not consider too much like a boy haircut, even though deep down inside, I would way rather have a boy haircut, but we'll just go with like, we're not quite there yet. I don't want to. It's an uphill battle with mom. So,
Yeah, all that red meat that your mom's eating now. Don't want to
Yeah.
give her harder to Jack.
right.
I mean, I'm just glad that she's eating meat. I mean, we all know that it is superior to anything else, especially if it's just on the right side of bloody.
Of course, you'd like your meat a little bloody.
You know,
There's no other way.
moderation in everything.
Truly.
But
I mean,
yeah.
it beats the only fruit juices. At least she's chewing things now. I don't know.
You know, chewing actually makes people feel more full.
Fascinating. If you tell her that, she's just gonna fake chew things.
I mean,
I know her. She's very weird.
it would be something to do. It would be a little entertaining, wouldn't it?
It would keep her mouth shut.
Exactly.
Sorry, I
Oh.
mean, pardon?
Oh God. The day y'all meet my mother, it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah. I think we could take her.
That meeting is not
I
going to
don't need
last
my
very
mom
long.
murdered.
I
Oh.
don't mean murdered.
No, not murdered. Looks over to Janice. We're going to have to scrap a few plans.
I already told you that they weren't going to be down with the murder plans.
I know. But someone can dream, right?
Oh yeah, my mom, everyone's best friend.
No, my best friend is Janice.
I know.
It was sarcasm.
Sarcasm. I've heard of this. I enjoy doing it. I'm not very good at detecting it. Not yet, anyway.
Not yet.
We'll get you there.
Oh yeah.
I'm a superior hunter. I just need to learn to find the tracks.
Can
find
I
the
just
scent.
just cut in for 1 second?
Oh, of course.
I need a hug. I need all of us to just hug. I need a
Group
big
hug?
group hug, please,
hug.
right now. And just
Group hug.
Group hug. Group hug.
Janice
All
is
of
already in
them.
there, like before you even finished.
Yes, group hug.
Yeah.
Someone calm my central nervous system.
Just like too long, but also just perfect. I think. And I think Nif would just instinctively start humming to kind of, inspire and like just knowing that it makes people feel good. Just start kind of singing gently under her breath.
It's
Where
like
are
we're
we
being
anyway?
rocked
We're
to sleep with a
yeah.
lullaby.
we're
Just
in
like
we're in
chill.
our hideout right now. Just
Yeah, I
like,
feel like
listen to
we're
Yeah, that makes
There's, like,
sense.
Just
I
holding
we're
feel like
each
hanging
other
out in
and
our
rocking.
said
hideout.
we're just like in the middle of the abandoned Kmart parking lot. Just
That
hugging
is
and
not.
rocking.
This is not the weirdest thing that's happened in this
It
parking lot.
is specifically the old, abandoned Kmart parking
Yeah,
lot. I
yeah,
would like
sorry.
that.
Yep, old abandoned Kmart. Yeah.
And that's as
not the new
opposed
abandoned one.
no, well, it's as opposed to the abandoned big Kmart, the
Mhm.
big K,
Oh, yeah, the big K.
Yeah, oh, big K.
Oh, I
Oh.
can't stay too late though. I have some stuff that I have to do in the morning.
Oh, is it with the carrots? The big little carrots?
No, I just have some bank stuff I need to do.
Ah, money.
Yeah. Yes, the super fun budgeting money, keeping
Adulthood.
myself going on the college funding side of things. So I gotta make myself presentable. I smell like the ocean, and
The ocean is a fantastic smell. I'll have you
yeah,
know.
but like the octopus part didn't smell so good. It was real weird out there.
Yes, I suppose so. I mean, I thought the octopus smelled very delicious. but I can see how you would not want to smell delicious.
Yes, I was going to say we are in like a little bit of a fallout space. Make sure you'll have cleared your links and stress, but as always, obligation is gonna come. It's gonna happen. So it
Carrie
sounds like
has 2 jobs now.
Carrie might have to make some choices. We'll see how that goes. It sounds like Nif has something in mind though
Yes, Nif
for
does
obligation.
indeed have an obligation.
So I would like you to, we'll go ahead and roll your stress.
I just want to, does anybody else have an obligation tonight that I don't want to skip over?
Gotcha.
Okay.
There's the dinner, but I don't know if that's a tonight thing or a later thing.
I think that was for the next day.
Okay.
So
Well, if it wasn't, it is now.
I'll
Please
just
come over
shoot.
to dinner at some point today. I don't know. That'd be a very last minute invitation.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll say it's sometime in the future when it's narratively appropriate.
Okay. Nebulous future dinner hanging
Yeah.
over our heads.
I'll just shoot a quick text message to mom, staying at Carrie's. See you tomorrow.
Your mom types out the word okay.
Oh, does it have like a period at the end too?
It does have a period, but I don't think your mom understands the tone that conveys. Like she completes
Oh.
all her texts in a full period sentence.
I mean, at least she texts and doesn't like call me back every time I text her or something, because that was a thing for a while and I had to teach her how to text. So
Oh. I feel like she's worse at phones than I am. I'd like to put that out there, that she is worse at phones.
she is probably worse at phones than you are. That's true.
I understand emojis, and I don't think she does.
You
I-
have gotten
Yeah.
surprisingly good at phones.
I had
Still
great
working
teachers.
on those Google searches though.
I don't understand how you can blur and unblur things. I don't understand what is blurred and what is not blurred.
Carrie's dedicated FBI agent is very confused.
There are several Google searches that are just, why Google blur? Why Google blurred? Why is Google blurred? What is wrong with this image? Is my phone broken? Blurry Google.
And then some of those are on Facebook as
Yes,
accidental Facebook statuses.
absolutely. Carrie has a Facebook to start fights with people. Like, they specifically go into little communities and start fights and then leave.
Yeah,
They
that
don't
sounds
want
right.
to see it play out. They just want to cause the chaos.
Drop a hot take, see the 85 comments later, be like, yes, good.
Yes.
I feel like Carrie is who we all would really love to be able to be in our real lives. I want
And
to be
somehow
Carrie.
Carrie has 2 jobs.
Except for that part.
Carrie has
Cool.
2 jobs, and one of them involves working with children.
And is also a full-time student.
Yes. Specifically an anthropology student.
We're all so normal here.
Carrie is a complicated individual.
All right. So as you have things to do in your everyday life, you're not superheroes full time. So Nif, please roll your stress. So the lowest of sun, moon, stars.
I now have at least 1 dot in each of them, so I
Yay!
only have to roll 1 dice.
Awesome.
Let's see. What do I want to roll today? Let's roll the one with liquid core that doesn't really look like a liquid core because it was cheap.
Yeah,
4.
4.
Ooh.
So you only take 2 stress.
Nice.
Yay!
I think that's the least amount of stress you've taken the entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I roll real shite for obligations, so I am happy to see a number above 3. let me see a number of 1. All right. So yeah, Nif's morning, wakes up pretty early. And he showers and gets dressed in a way that you probably wouldn't recognize her. Very kind of like hair is pulled back into a slick bun, very kind of expensive looking clothes. The kind it's like designer, but not like flashy designer, just tailored, beautiful fabrics. Gets kind of put together, kind of goes over to Helios in the bed and just kind of like, hey, you want to you sure you don't want to come to the shareholder meeting with me? Come talk to the investors?
I- oh, he thinks for a second. He's like, nah, I think this whole thing will just it won't look good for you. I don't think I'll be any help.
I mean, you know, they won't be mean to you, to your face.
If you want me there, I'll be there.
No, no, it's fine. I want to get this over with. I'm just gonna go. Oh, do you have anything you want dry cleaned? Because I'll just get that done while I'm there.
He's thinking, I'm like, do I even have anything I can dry clean? He's looking for anything. It's like,
I don't think you've worn your suit, the suit that I bought you. I don't think you've worn that since the last time it was dry cleaned. So I think you're okay.
yeah, I think I'm all right.
All right. Okay. I will see you later. I'll text you when I'm done. I'm not sure what I've got going on after this, but yeah, I will probably go and have a something really sugary for dessert.
As you're going out, he grabs your hand and he says, seriously though, stay safe. Like,
I feel like this is going to be the least unsafe part of my
yeah,
day.
but I mean, like, once alien mind control is in play, like, I have to really be sure.
Um, I mean, I'm not going to go and fight anybody in these clothes because I don't want to buy more of this. I
That's fair.
yeah, I'll probably come back and change before I go and do anything else. So if you're here, you know, I'll see you then. But I will text you. I will let you know that I'm safe. Okay?
Okay, that sounds
Okay.
good to me.
Hey, oh, I'm wearing transfer proof lipstick and just kind of, you know, does a little like kiss before heading out. And then Nif is going to get into her car and she is going to drive downtown into the bougie part of the new city, um, into the world of high rises with very expensive um, price tags, and is going to drive into the parkade at a very expensive high rise. Gonna get out at the valet and give the valet the keys. Hey, coming here for my monthly obligation. Um, could you just maybe give the car once over while I'm in there? There may be some Arby's wrappers, you know, just I'll be a couple of hours. And then I've got some dry cleaning in the trunk. If you could just have that put in and then sent back to my house, to my apartment.
And he'll nod his head and he says, absolutely, we can do that.
Excellent. Thank you so much. You are fabulous. I hope they pay you better this time now than they used to.
They pay me plenty.
Uh, and if we'll get out of the car and is like holding a very expensive purse and is like checking her makeup in like a compact, you know, I think you would, if you knew her really well, you'd see that she was nervous. But I think most people would think she was just put together. And she will get out, go to the elevator, swipe a tap card for the penthouse suite, the tallest suite in this condo, in this apartment building. And we'll head up, go into the tallest suite, and go and find her parents.
You come in and The penthouse is this massive open concept, super modern. Everything's very streamlined. There's a view over the Santa Marta Bay out the floor to ceiling windows. Um, your mother is on a Peloton. She has a VR headset on some sort of conference call, and she is saying, um, okay, well, we need those reports by end of day, or else Tokyo is going to be pissed. And she's just on this call. She hasn't noticed you come in yet.
I'll go find my dad. She'll be off the
Yeah.
call eventually.
Yeah. Let me see something here. I remember we talked about this, and honestly, it's been so long, it totally slipped my mind. So
Just so that to give everybody kind of an idea of what we talked about, it's a little bit like the parents from the Gilmore Girls if they were written by somebody listening to the song Harder, Better, Faster.
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Your dad
What an
is
image.
just it's like he's at a table. He has his iPad. He is reading something. He has his glasses are on. He's sitting there cross-legged, and he says, Winifred.
Father, it's good to see you. How's your shoulder after that squash accident?
You know, I've never been better. The doctor fixed it right up. Johnson never
Good
has a
thing you
chance
have
anymore.
good thing you don't have to use your insurance, eh?
Hey,
How is that, by the way? How are the numbers?
you know, they go up, they go down. Either congratulate someone or yell at them. Same old, same old.
I mean, everybody needs to go to the doctor, right?
Absolutely. And they rarely go down, but we'll say that.
Um, is mother going to be long? How long has she been on the call?
Oh, what time is it in Tokyo? She shouldn't be long.
All right. Do we want to go and start without her, or do we want to just wait? Has the food come up yet?
Uh, and you see actually in the kitchen, there's already like someone who is like he's like unrolling his knives and getting the food ready and everything. Um, and he's like, yeah, I've already ordered in. You should have that. How long will that be? He says, it should be about 30 minutes, sir. 30 minutes.
Amazing. Um, I'd love to hear more about what's going on with you. If you would like to hear any progress updates, I'm happy to report back on how school is going.
Yes, definitely. How is the botany thing going?
The botany, it's going very well. I'm currently working on some genetic modification of some carrots to have actual health benefits. I'm hoping that I think that this will be a really good keystone project to land me some work in, maybe a good big bioengineering firm for production for third world countries, maybe something that can
Um,
be licensed.
at this point, you hear your mother say, I think I know some VC guys that can maybe help you out. We can get this off the ground going, get you in front of investors.
Oh, amazing. Good morning, Mother. It's wonderful to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. I'm glad you came out all the way out here to us.
Well, I want to make sure that I don't want any bias in my treatment at school, obviously. Um, I want to be able to make it on my own merits.
I mean, you should get a little something. I mean, we pay that school enough.
Once I graduate, we can talk about that then. But I certainly, I'd like the experience of being a college person. Um, and I realistically, I think that if I can make these experimentations work within a college lab, which isn't really ideal, then I think that puts me even stronger stead for work in a real lab, in a real proper laboratory.
I mean, well, like I said, we can get you some cash. I mean, we could probably get you set up. Do you have a slide deck?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I can.
You know what? That's incredibly rude of me. I'm sorry. We shouldn't talk business. We should eat. It's
You
it's
know,
gonna it's gonna be 30 minutes, and we can talk to Nif in the meantime.
and I would love to hear about what's going on in Tokyo, obviously.
It's just always something. Uh it, the market the market's closed there. There's all these gaps and everything. She talks business with you about what's going on in Tokyo. I'm not going to role play that because I don't actually know enough of what she would be talking about. But she just complains about people for a few minutes at you, like these people that like you've maybe been to their homes once or twice, and like they're big important people, and your mother like would never say anything like this to their face, but
Oh,
she
yeah,
complains about everyone who works underneath her, who works for her, who works with her.
of
um
course.
and then wraps it up. But everything's going really good. They're going really well.
Great, excellent. Um, I feel like the last time we talked, I heard that maybe we were up for promotion from VP. Is anything on that?
I feel like I'm gonna have to just wait on Richardson to just die at this point.
I
The man
mean,
doesn't seem to want to retire no matter how much money they want to give him. The man
I
has a golden parachute, but he won't just jump.
it's too bad we can't push him.
That's what I said.
I heard that there's a new trend in diet and health that's just eating all red meat. Maybe we could tell Richardson about that, huh? Maybe talk to his wife?
She says, "You know what? I'll make sure to bring that up the next time I talk to them."
Absolutely. I'm sure that we can find some scientific research on there somewhere that will support that.
Absolutely. And yeah, so
Uh, I actually had a question. I found out something recently about, I was hearing something about a man named Albert Storm with Storm Industries, and I was wondering if you had any connections with him.
um Umber Storm Industries. They do like defense contracting, Pentagon stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a small world. I just thought maybe you guys had, maybe there was some squash played with him.
I mean, um a man like that probably doesn't run too much in our circles, but I think, what was it? Was it the Winter Gala? Some sort of fundraiser? There was something. We definitely met. I met him and his wife. I mean, I can maybe. Who was that? Why do you ask?
Oh, well, we were looking, some of my friends and I, we were looking at some of the most um, successful UC Santa Marta alum, and his name is on that list. And one of my friends is really big into robotics and thought that work in defense and military uh, weaponry and military technology would be a really interesting career to go into. And so I thought, why not have some, why not make a network in high places, right?
She says, yeah, and she'll pick up her phone and she will scroll through something and call someone, and she says, "Can you get me Albert Storm's number?" "No, I don't care that you're on vacation. I pay you to do these things." And she just hangs up on this person. I'll get it to you as soon as I get his information. It shouldn't be a problem though.
Oh, amazing. Uh, nice to hear that you're letting your assistant take a vacation though.
No, that's all the state of California.
I knew it. I knew it. You know, we pay these people so much money.
Vacation lowers premiums.
Oh,
People are less
does
stressed.
it?
They don't go to doctors as much.
I mean, we're not mad about that, obviously.
No, we are not.
I think in her head, Nif is, good God, has it been a half an hour yet?
Um, and yes, you are served some salmon, like all the macros and everything have been clearly tailored to your parents' specification. This man in his chef whites, tattoos and everything, close cropped hair, he says, he presents this meal to you, and and yeah, it's just like salmon on a bed of vegetables. It all looks beautiful and handmade. And your father like picks up his phone and like rates this person 5 stars, and then he goes and gathers his knives and then leaves your home.
Amazing. Amazing. This looks delicious. You you'll have to let me know. I was thinking of maybe planning a nice dinner with Helios for our anniversary, and I might have to use this person because this looks amazing.
Yeah, there's this app, Golden Spoon. Wonderful. Can hire private chefs all over the city. So far they've all been wonderful.
Oh, excellent. I'll
I'll
have them
send
to.
I'll send you an invite link.
Amazing. And are they public? Can I maybe put some money their way?
Oh, you want to invest in the
Well,
company?
I mean, it sounds like they're doing good work.
Yeah, I can talk to your trust fund manager and see if we can get some money moved.
Amazing. Sounds wonderful.
Do you need anything? Your father's like, do you need anything? Do you need more allowance?
Oh, no, I have so much. Living, you know, well, I don't need to pay rent because I already own the condo. And I mean, college is taken care of and my car is paid for. And, you know, realistically, there's only so much I can buy when I'm trying to be, under the radar.
I'm so mad right now, you guys.
I was gonna say watching Elle's reaction to this is just great. They're just like, no.
Your mother says, let me know how you feel. I can get you I can probably get you in. I know a few guys at one of those like startup incubators. We'll get you seen. Send me your slide deck ahead of time. I'll get it their way. This whole like bioengineer food stuff, really big right now. I'm sure they'll want to get in on that.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to I'm looking for well, I'm looking forward to passing class first. And then absolutely we'll look at some ventures. Oh, and Poppy says hi.
Oh, how is Poppy?
Poppy's doing really well. Um, yeah, her garden is beautiful, obviously. Uh, and yeah, she should be really holding up well.
Yeah, I I'm glad to hear that. I haven't had a chance to get out her way between, work, Majorca, all that stuff.
Oh, of course, she knows. I always make sure to say hi for you every time I go over.
Well, I'm glad. Oh, and like a little notification comes up on her phone. That's Tokyo. And
Oh, kiss kiss.
she'll give you kisses and go back to her VR headset meeting.
Duh. Once dinner's finished, So I think I'm gonna head out, if that's all right. Is there anything you need from me, Father?
No, I don't think so. Not today, Nif. I just want you to do well. That's all I
Thank
ever
you.
want.
Of course, thank you. Um, yeah, so same time next month?
Same time next month.
Excellent. And if there's any news, I'll let you know. Oh, and stay safe from the all the storms that have been happening.
The storms. You know, it didn't really like affect us up here too much, but I know some people who were living in the lower levels had to evacuate expensive repairs.
Mm,
Um,
absolutely. Yeah, I knew some people that who unfortunately their shop was damaged beyond repair, and so we're looking for possibly some aid for that. But
oh,
yeah, got to help where we can.
yeah, so sad to hear. It's the nature of running a business, though.
Of
Sometimes
course.
things happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, gives him a hug, kiss on the cheek, leaves the apartment, goes down to her car, um, pulls away to, I think she probably just instinctively head to the Arby's parking lot and goes in and transfers, like, spends like 10 grand paying off people's medical bills and just sits there and eats Arby's, but like takes her hair down, eats some Arby's, careful not to get anything on her shirt, pays off like 10 grand in medical bills.
Yep.
Yep.
I feel like you would probably know someone who works at one of the debt companies that buys debt from the insurance company, but the company's owned by another parent company, both of these. So,
Yeah. Yeah. One of those companies where you can pay off a lot of debt for really cheap. And
yeah.
NIF is definitely maximizing that. Just kind of, oh, fuck, I hate these meetings so much. But yes, shareholder meetings. And also would text Helios, just, I am well in body, but considerably rumpled in spirit. I will come home shortly to change. And yeah, so from there on, that is NIF's stress for this month.
I have broken one of my stress toys because I was so mad at the parents. I think that this is like poor Calliope's mom has now been demoted in parents that make me angry tier list. These guys make me more mad. Just I I want to distribute their wealth to the people.
I feel like NIF would not disagree with that. But I think NIF also comes from some privilege that maybe makes her see that not, you know, uh, likes to think that you can do that while staying, well to do.
Yeah.
So,
Carrie doesn't understand money, but I do.
yes. Yup. Yeah. Multifaceted though. Figure
Multifaceted.
NIF needed some backstory.
Nif needs a flaw, and so she's an heiress.
The worst
Yep.
kind of flaw.
Yep.
The problem is always capitalism.
The problem is always capitalism.
It's true. The problem is always capitalism. um, yeah. So, if you pay off debt and that's your obligation fulfilled for now, what is everyone else doing?
Okay, Okay. So Carrie is going to take Calliope back to the apartment. And there's probably there's a couch. There has to be a couch. So there's a couch, and then there are two different rooms. So Carrie gets in there. Is Reese there?
Yeah, I would say yeah, Reese is here. Just here alone.
Hi, my friend Calliope. You've met Calliope before. Calliope's going to be staying with us briefly.
Okay.
Just yes. You can elaborate or not elaborate. It's your choice.
I'm just trying to hide my hair from my mom until I can get it cut in the morning.
Been there. Um, I'm not very good with scissors or anything, so I'm
Oh, Nif scheduled an appointment. It's all right. Even though I offered to do the dagger haircut, I mean, everything worked out for me.
I'm it's nice to see you, Callie.
It's great to see you too.
Reese is getting like vivid war flashbacks.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't think the dagger haircut would be there.
and as Reese like kind of like goes back to their room, they'll pass by you, Callie, and says, "Don't let Carrie use the dagger on your hair."
Don't worry, I won't. I won't.
Okay.
I already botched it about as bad as it could get, so
It
it's
looks
fine.
fantastic.
Or the katana.
Ah,
Definitely not. No.
Yeah, just let me know if a sharp implement is going to be going near someone's head,
I
and
was going to use the axe loophole.
I'll be sure to call 911. And
Oh,
yeah,
put
they'll
that
go
on record.
they'll go back to their room, as it's, I mean, like, if this y'all are the night before, so like,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, Callie, you can take the bed, my bed, obviously not Reese's bed, and I can take the couch, or we can share, or I can be on the floor. Trust me, I'm used to sleeping in all sorts of positions and situations.
I'm fine to sleep on the couch. It's not a problem.
No, you're not sleeping on the couch. That's not one of the options. I'm very sorry.
Okay, where would you prefer that I sleep?
You're sleeping on the bed. That's not part of the discussion. The discussion is where I'm sleeping.
You can share with me. I don't care.
All right. I know sometimes some people are a little weird about physical touch and things like that. And so I want to be respectful.
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Oh, what have you all done to me?
Watch out, we're
And
making you soft and squishy.
I am hard like steel and spiky like a snapping turtle.
You say so.
Like Godzilla.
Yes, like Godzilla.
So, I think that this is a very rare opportunity. I've heard about this in movies and television shows, though they always seem to go slightly awry, but everything is fine in the end and everyone learns a lesson. I think that perhaps it is time for my first sleepover.
Awesome. Sleepovers can be great.
Have you ever experienced a sleepover? I know that there are common activities such as popcorn and pillow fights, but
I really hope that Carrie didn't find out about sleepovers the same place she found out about what they found out about the Virgin Mary.
Oh Lord.
Thought you were going to say blurry Google photos.
That too. Over here having like 1,000-yard stares, like, oh no.
Well, we can definitely watch a movie and have popcorn if you want. That's a pretty standard sleepover activity.
Good, good. And at some points, people change into outfits that are not their sleeping outfits, but are a different pair of pajamas for reasons I still cannot decide on.
sometimes people wear different pajamas when they're with other people than they would when they're by themselves. But some people like to sleep without any pajamas, so
I did that once, and then Reese informed me that a state of nudity is not commonly accepted among uh, society unless it is previously agreed upon by both parties.
yes, very true. I like
What?
to sleep in a tank top and shorts.
I do as well. We shall match.
Fantastic.
Just a flashback of Carrie like naked in the kitchen one night, like in the fridge light, and Reese coming out there like, Carrie, what are you doing?
Harry's rooting around the fridge for cheese.
That's a mood.
I picture it as like kind of the raccoon eye glowy, like hunched over position.
Cryptid Carrie.
Honestly, I think that I am as well adjusted as I am because of Reese. There's so many rules to human society.
There really are a lot. A lot.
When
And
I
they're
take
not rules
over,
that people like, announce anywhere.
no, they're all implied. When I take over through legal and benevolent means, I am going to make sure that all rules are written out and that they are taught in schools.
Yeah, that could be helpful.
The first one will be don't kill children. Perhaps I should have an addendum, unless it is a needed thing for the situation. Because if there's a vampire child, I don't want that to be an overarching rule, or if, like,
Hmm.
there's a child robot who is technically a child, but is also a killer robot, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't want there to be a rule against doing away with them. These are all plausible scenarios.
In the world, well, I mean, in our world that we are living in, those could be plausible, to be really honest with you. I can't even
Exactly!
say we'll never run into that because you just don't know.
I mean, I didn't even used to be human until a few months ago. Vampires could exist. I fully believe that vampires exist and that they are just very quiet.
That's fair. I mean, they would have to be, right?
Yes, they would have to be. I think that everything that is in movies has existed at some point, and that all movies and television shows are genetic memory that has been passed down to the creators. So they understand that these concepts existed, or once existed, still exist. It's up in the air. That's what I think.
Fascinating.
I posited this once in a class, and we got into a very fierce debate about it.
Oh, I bet. So what movie do you want to watch?
Well, I guess it depends on genre. I don't really want to watch anything that's, like, sad. I don't want a sad ending tonight.
That's fair.
I don't think that that is good. Carrie's like going through mental list of media where the character is different but then becomes accepted by friends and family at the end. Settles, looks at Calliope. Have you ever seen the classic movie Sky High?
I don't think I have.
Fantastic. We're going to have a lovely evening.
Awesome. I'll get the popcorn going.
Good, 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 good. Carrie will be making another one of their popcorn abominations.
Fantastic.
I love it. Yeah, go watch a movie, drift off to sleep.
We specifically watched Sky High, the classic movie. that's essentially a queer story where the main character has expectations put upon them by a parent and then realizes they're not ever going to fit those expectations and finds a group of people who are also outside of those expectations and finds solidarity and comfort, and in the end is accepted and loved by all.
Beautiful.
As morning comes, Carrie, you have two jobs.
Harry does have two jobs.
Gutierrez-san texts you and says, "Are you okay? You haven't responded in a while. You had the whole hospital thing, and then you've had multiple missions, and you haven't been back to him."
Carrie texts back, went to hospital, fought giant octopus, went to sleep, and then an octopus emoji, and then a punching emoji.
To be fair, Nif did most of the stuff with the octopus.
Yeah, but Carrie's not gonna type out, fought my ex and cat person, don't know their relationship, slightly fuming, it's fine.
While one of my best friends had a dance party with a massive 3-story octopus in the background.
Weird day. So
Another
yeah, I think
Tuesday.
just like hospital, octopus, went to sleep.
Better now.
Yep. Also, you have a shift at the PETA Palace today.
All right. So Carrie texts Gutierrez-san. When do you need me to shape young minds and mold their bodies?
He'll text back, "Come by today when you can, and we will train."
Thumbs up emoji, another punching emoji, and then little explosion emoji.
Love it. He
Carrie's-
responds with an octopus, like just because now he doesn't quite understand what's happening, but
Carrie has learned what emojis are and now has incorporated them into their daily existence.
yeah. So go ahead and let's get your stress for your obligation phase.
Okay, come on, die that rolled a 6. Don't fail me now. Be nice to me. I am just a little guy.
Do you have any harm right now?
No.
Okay.
I got all my harm healed because my friends love me.
That's right.
Okay, 5.
5. Okay, you only take one
5.
stress.
Yay! 1 stress. 1 stress for Carrie.
I might not eclipse y'all this time.
Yippee! Don't say that yet!
Yeah, so first you have your shift at the PETA Palace.
Yes. Just... Is there any particular, like, rude customer that comes in? Because...
It is packed. It seems to be that there is like a little league tournament in town. So there is this like 4 or 5 like little league teams in here. And one parent is just like harassing you about something about being allergic to one of the ingredients in ketchup and is like overly demanding that you show her all your ketchup.
Harry looks her dead in the eyes, goes, "If you cannot figure out your own allergies by now, you should probably be dead." Smiles, full fangs, and then turns away and goes back to doing their job.
She like clutches her pearls and she says, "I need
Oh,
to
are you
speak to your
having-
manager."
Are you having an allergic reaction?
No, you can't
Oh,
talk
so-
to customers like that.
Ma'am, I am in charge of your service and you getting your food. I can do whatever I want.
She says, "Bring me your manager right now."
What will you do if I don't?
I'm gonna have you roll Defy. I want to just see how this goes. Like,
Carrie is who we all wanted to be.
Carrie is just out here being full id, and like,
I have 2 dots in Defy. Technically, I have 3 dots, but I'm not transcended. Carrie transcends just to smack this woman in the face. Oh, that is a 6.
a
Thank you, 6
6.
die.
She says, "I think I'm just gonna take our business elsewhere." And she
Yes, I'm sure
slowly
they'll
backs
lie
off.
to your face. Your unpleasantness won't change despite the location change, though. Carrie goes back to doing their job.
Tony like comes around a corner. He heard the whole thing, and he's like, "Are you good?"
Hero.
Yes, I'm good. She was unpleasant and very rude to me, but I mostly wanted to make sure that she left before any children could pick up on the scene she was causing. I don't want them to be distressed.
You're a good worker, Carrie.
I do my best.
And he'll say, "I gave her the allergy sheet already. Like, it's freely available. It's in
I
the
know
like
it's
thing over
available.
there."
It's
You
right
know,
there. You can ask for another one. I mean, I print them out. That's part of my job. It's ridiculous.
well, I'm
Perhaps
glad you
she
didn't
was
need me.
illiterate.
You would think.
I do. I think a lot.
He says, "You carry on, hun," and he'll go just like tidying up things as he goes. Um, as it like gets busier, he'll like actually man a register next to you, and yeah, you don't have you only got one stress, so like it's a chill day for you, even though it's like busy as hell in here.
Yeah. And as soon as Carrie can, they're gonna pop over to the little baby fighting ring that I can't remember what they're actually called. So we're just going with baby fighting ring.
I am struggling to keep up with where your brain is right now. What? The baby fighting
The-
thing?
Gutierrez, I'm
Yes,
guessing.
Oh,
Gutierrez.
okay.
I don't remember what the training is called, and so it's just baby fighting ring
Baby
because
fighting ring.
I remember that there are children and that the children fight and that Gutierrez-san teaches them to fight, and I cannot remember what it is called.
It sounds like an illegal like underground thing, like baby fighting.
Sounds like something in Mad Max.
Right?
First rule of Baby Fight Club: you don't talk about Baby Fight Club.
He will
I
he
I am
actually
physically restraining myself from going on a rant about Fight Club.
I am just
He-
giving you so many things to rant about today. It's wonderful.
um it's not one of the class days. So Gutierrez actually gives you the address to his own private studio where he trains. Because he wants to go over, forms and things with you.
Very quickly, Carrie shoots off a text to Janice. The teacher Gutierrez-san in little parentheses invited me to his private studio. Is he going to try to murder me? Knife emoji.
Janice is trying to parse this in her mind and decide how best to talk to Carrie about potential motives here. She'll shoot back. He's probably not going to murder you. Did he invite you by yourself?
Yes, for training.
I don't think Janice is worried. There's no way that Gutierrez can murder Carrie for one thing.
If Janice
And
isn't worried, then Carrie isn't worried.
yeah, and Carrie will like awkwardly shut down if there's any kind of like romantic motivations here. Um, so Janice just texts her back and be like, "All right, like just text me when you get there. Let me know you're okay."
We'll
Heart
do
emoji.
heart emoji, wolf emoji, robot emoji.
Oh, that's so fucking cute.
So cute.
I love
And
just the flood of emojis. That is so good.
Janice
Carrie's
screenshots that one.
Aww. Carrie is going to head over to the studio. I don't know why I like chopped my hand. Like, this is what I have done. Yeah.
You come to a home in kind of the old part of the city. It's, pretty regular, like neighborhood home. Um the You quickly realize what the studio is actually just the garage. The garage door is open. He has like mats on the floor. It actually looks like he's like it's well appointed for his purposes. He has various traditional weaponry along the walls. You feel very at home here.
Carrie is very pleased by the amount of weapons.
And you see him. He is there seems to be like a shrine or altar. There's like a picture of some people. He is at it with some incense doing a small prayer. He kind of hears you come up. He dusts himself off and he says, "I am so glad you came. I didn't actually know if you would or not."
Why would I not come? You invited me to do training.
Oh, yeah. Not many people are into the prospect of like teaching kids for not much money. So
I don't understand how money works, and I want to make sure that the children learn well.
I am honestly, you should probably figure out money. That's a thing.
Oh,
But
Nif figures out money for me.
oh, good. As long as you have someone. Um, he, he says, "Yeah, I just wanted to like, I want to just get a feel for like where you are. Like, I know, uh, specifically like Taekwondo is, its own specific thing, and that's what I'm teaching the kids. So, I don't know how familiar you are with it, and I just wanted to, maybe we could spar or something and to see where we are."
So, out of like, this is a question for you, Mal. Carrie's been around the block a few times. They are a god alien who's been around for a little bit. I feel like they would be familiar with a lot of forms of martial arts.
Yeah, you have. I mean, honestly, like given what you've told me, like you would probably have studied it at least some.
Yeah, like, know your enemy to defeat your enemy. And Carrie likes to be the best at things. So if there is a martial art, Carrie will have at least had some experience with it because Carrie has to know everything about fighting because that's what they're good at. That's what their
Mhm.
purpose is. So they have to be able to fight and they have to be able to win those fights. What good are they if they can't?
Yeah. So he says, "Yeah, if you want to just, uh, do your warm up, whatever it is you need to do, and uh, we can spar a little bit."
All right, that sounds fun. Carrie's going to do some quick stretches. Before they start, they text Janice at the studio. It's a garage. We'll be fine.
Okay. Janice is probably piecing together that there's just like it's actual training. Um, and so she just texts back like thumbs up emoji, um, and just like no, no, no murders, no murders, Carrie.
Carrie thinks about it for about half
you.
a second and then goes, I promise no murder.
Thumbs up emoji, heart emoji.
Aw, growth.
Now we're promising no murder. um yeah. So like you come to the center, do your bow.
Yes.
I would like you to start off with a defy roll.
Fantastic. I love my defy rolls. That is another 6.
Another
And
6.
and a 2, but the 2 doesn't matter. Get out of here, 2.
Yeah, you exchange a few blows. Um you're quick and powerful with your blows. So like, and you manage to like, he goes in for a kick, you manage to get him in a grapple, and you like take him down, and he says, good, excellent, that's actually really good. And he will come back and he said, round 2.
Sounds good.
This time I want you to roll conceal.
Ooh. Ooh, Mal, what are you doing to me? No, I'm not very good at this.
Conceal, don't feel.
Conceal, don't feel. Ooh, still a 5. Thank you, 5.
A 5 is a partial success.
Yippee.
So you know the forms, you know a few of the like sequences and everything that goes in, and you know that like certain combinations usually happen. So like certain combinations and the punches and kicks, and you see the combination unfolding before you. But what you don't notice in a moment is that you have like your arm has swung out wide, and when he comes for a kick, he doesn't kick for your body. He kicks your arm down because you're not keeping your defenses right. And he goes in to try and like grapple you and pin you, but you still manage to get one over on him. Like you still manage to like counter it, but you realize in that moment that he's no pushover when it comes to this. He's, if not more trained than you are. Like you have a lot of speed and power, but in this moment you realize that he spent time like perfecting these forms.
Oh, that's gonna do some shit to Carrie's head.
And he says, yeah, he takes the pin and he says, damn, you're really good. Oh, and
I've had a little bit of practice. You're very good as well.
I have also had just a little bit of practice. Uh, um, yeah, my dad owned a studio and owned a dojo, and yeah, you know, it was always my dream to open up one. I really haven't got there yet. I'm just teaching kids at the community center right now. But yeah, you just want to keep, when you go in for that combination, you can't go wide like that. You're leaving your chest open.
Honestly, whenever I fought with this style, anyways, if I left myself open, I would have a split second before I'd either be dead or I'd be the winner. And I think I'm so used to not being dead that it's become second nature to leave myself open like that.
With this, he sits down, crisscross applesauce. He pats the mat and to ask you to sit with him.
Carrie sits down, crisscross applesauce.
And he says, I talk to my students a lot about this. Sometimes the way we feel inside is the way we fight. And, you know, if we're mad and angry, we're going to punch mad and angry. And sometimes that's more likely to get us hurt than it is to actually help the situation. It leaves us open to other things, people to come in and hurt us more. So
I'm
sometimes
good at getting hurt.
getting hurt's not
that's-
good, Carrie.
It's what I'm good for.
Why do you think that? Who who told you that?
Well, everyone growing up, my family, if you can call them that, my friends, allies, and enemies. That was my role. I was the one who got hurt. I was the bruiser who got bruised. And I always won my fights because failing was worse than death. I'd die if I lose, but I would fail if I lost, and that was worse.
Failing's a part of learning, though. You think like you think the 5-year-olds in there are like doing the perfect punch? No, they're learning. They're failing to do it 100 times until they do it the 101st time right. And that's okay. That's normal. Pain, getting hurt, those things are normal too. It's not, no one should have told you that you failed because you didn't do something right. They should have just told you to do it again. And that's what I want to teach these kids. I mean, a lot of these kids, most of them can't afford to do lessons like this. A lot of them have hard lives. So this is a little bit of an outlet. I'm giving them a place to focus their breath, to be in their bodies for a second, to be in control of their life and their bodies. And I go ahead.
I think it's very noble what you're doing. Very good. A lot of my life was spent fighting, spent with those outlets, but they were all about how hard I could hit and how hard I could get hit and still stand. If my bones weren't broken, if I wasn't bloody at the end of a fight, then I hadn't fought hard enough. I hadn't fought good enough. In a way, getting hurt was just as important as hurting people. I had to hurt them because if I didn't, then I wasn't fulfilling my purpose. I wasn't fulfilling my role. And if I didn't get hurt when I hurt them, then it was the same. I was still a failure. I still wasn't learning. I still wasn't. I wasn't the soldier they needed me to be. You want to know something odd? I don't think I've ever been a child. I was a soldier when I was born, and I was a soldier when I was growing up, and I'm a soldier now. That's all I've ever been. And I don't know who I would be without that. Without the fight. I think I'd be lonely.
And I think right now, I came in here and told you, fight me and prove who you are. I think the training that you and I need to do right now is sitting here, listening to our breath, being in our bodies for a moment. Will you do that with me?
I'll do that with you.
And you spend far longer than you normally would alone still. Well, you're not alone. He's here with you, but you do the breaths. Gutierrez-san will light some incense. It's a kind of a funny juxtaposition. You're doing this, you're sitting in yourself here. There's a busy street out in front of his house, and the garage door's just open. But I think, how do you feel how do you feel sitting in this place and being told, hey, it's okay to just be in your body?
I think it's scary in a lot of ways for Carrie. I think that it's not something that they've ever done. It is their whole life has always been about moving and keep going. And even when they joined with the rest of the team, they had to keep moving. They had to keep going. They couldn't have a moment to think about what they were feeling. And so sitting there, probably for the first time, just existing, I think there's a lot of weight that they've been carrying that just kind of, they feel it for the first time. And they cry. It's not a big cry. It's not big sobs. It's very quiet, a little bit like the beginnings of summer rain. There's more there, but it's not going to show up for a while.
I think that's where we'll end that scene, and I think we're gonna go ahead and take a break. Thank you everyone for being here. We're going to take a break, 10 to 15 minutes, and we will be back soon. See you soon. Harry, you had your obligation phase and
I did.
had your time doing that. I think just like narratively, we should go to Cali
Yes.
because y'all were together and then
Yeah, that makes
split
sense.
off in the morning. So let's go ahead and get your stress and we'll see how this goes.
Okay. So I'm basically, Callie is gonna go get her haircut. That's probably not the most important thing that we don't necessarily have to play out because this isn't like a big haircut really yet. Yet. But then I have to go home where mom is probably. So all right, I finally have a dot in each category. So just one die roll, right?
Yep.
That's a 2.
Oh,
All right. You
God.
take 4 stress.
no.
Um,
Narratively appropriate.
yeah, I mean, whatever place like Nif booked is very nice. It's like a little low key. But like also the sign doesn't have words. It just has like an ornate pair of scissors at the front. It's cool, but they serve you like lime infused water, stuff like that.
Awesome.
And the person doing your hair, she asks you, oh, how do you know she kind of looks at you, did you cut it yourself?
Yeah, I was in a hurry. Long,
Look,
complicated story.
we've all been there. I'm guessing, tell me if I'm wrong, I'm guessing this was your first time cutting it this short.
Yep. I didn't have a hair tie, and it was a very crucial moment to not have a hair tie. You know?
You know, I had a bad breakup the first time I did it, so I get it. Um, she's she's like, how do you want it? How do you want your hair?
Probably, I'll probably flip through the short hair book if they have one. And just some, show her some kind of like just short pixie cut. Very similar to what my hair was when you first met me. Just real short gray
Yeah.
hair,
Okay.
but still like feminine in, a traditional sense.
Yeah. Yeah. She's happy to oblige. She's like, are you looking to get it colored or anything?
Not at this point in time.
That's fine. And yeah, you'll get your hair cut. That's the easy part of what's happening right now. You drink your fruit infused water and
Yes, tastes like home a little.
yeah. Yeah, so where do you head off next? Well, let's say do this. Oh, what your current love interest? What is their name again? Cameron?
Cameron.
Cameron also so wherever you're headed, you're still headed there. But Cameron texts you and says, do you want to get coffee tonight?
Yeah, I'll respond with yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Time and place.
Yeah. She'll they'll, I don't know why they do that. They'll send you a location.
Sweet. Now I will nervously head home.
You head home. Um I'll say by the time all this, your mom is like has just got back from work, and the timing is going to be to where like she's going to be there.
Yep.
But you get there, and she's just kind of being a busybody around the house. Um, it looks like that she's going to sit down and watch her shows in a bit.
What shows does she
Fantastic.
watch? I have to know.
What shows does she watch?
The Bachelor.
Dr. Oz.
Oh God, yeah. All of the fake
100%.
TV doctors. I'm sure she loves Dr. Phil too.
Yep. She has them on the TiVo. Um, and then but she like for a moment like she catches you and she just says, "Hey, how was school?" And then she looks at you and she says, "Your hair, it's short."
Yep, no school today. Got a haircut.
um it's it's a lot shorter. What made you cut off all your hair?
It is getting in the way of everything. I have a pottery class, I have film developing, I have started swimming recently, and it's a pain. So I figured I'll just cut it short so it's out of the way and I don't have to always have a hair tie.
All right. You hmm, your hair was so beautiful though.
Yeah, it was, still is, you know.
I would like you to I'm gonna have you make an express roll if you're okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me see. I do not have anything, so that's just one die. That's a two. That die really likes the twos today.
Okay. Well, that's a failure then. Um you can see that she just doesn't get why you would do that. Like you can see it in her face. She's you can tell that she's trying to like assess whether she wants to confront you about it or not and be upset with you, but like you're a you're a grown person. So like she's just says, "Well, whoever cut it for you did a good job."
Thanks. I agree. Anyway, I've got like an obscene amount of homework. So I'm gonna go work on that.
She says, "I'm gonna watch my shows then."
Enjoy. And I will scurry up and over to my bedroom.
Is there anything else you want to do?
I don't think there's anything that I actually really have to do other than I'll just get ready for the meetup date. I
I
don't
think
know.
after Nif got out of brunch with the parents, Nif would have like knowing when the hair appointment was, Nif would have texted and been like, "How did it go? How do you look? How do you feel?"
Oh yeah, I would definitely send some updated selfies to the group chat so folks can see it. And I will also say Cameron texted me dot 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 meeting for coffee tonight dot 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 ah scream emoji.
Yeah, just like you may hear just a little like tiny shriek in your head of excitement,
That's so cute.
just like uncontained, like, "Oh my god!" But then texting, just like That's really amazing. Are you going to meet up? How do you feel?
And yeah, I'll just like, just share the info about like where they said that they want to meet and when we're meeting. And I will also send BT Dub, mom is super red angry emoji face, and then like 4 laughing emojis.
I mean, it can't be helped, but you know, not much she can do about it now. Hey, by the way, how much do you think that Cameron would need to like start up a new store somewhere? Like if we could fundraise maybe?
I can definitely ask them. I have no idea what that would even look like, but I can definitely bring it up when we hang out later.
Yeah, because like we could start a GoFundMe or something.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. So yeah, I would just get ready, and then just follow or go to wherever they sent me the info to go to.
Yeah. Um, you're given this a location to a place, and it is kind of in one of the few surface parking lots in Santa Marta. And in this like downtown that is all high rises and statues and parks and things like this is almost rustic in a way. There's like small carts of places here. There's like probably just 6 of them here, making all sorts of kind of food. The seating is like benches and tables, like outdoor stuff. There's um umbrellas to keep shade on you, and the coffee is really just like a person in like a small shack with an espresso machine. and you walk into this place and you see like Cameron like just kind of waves you down, um and looks at you like as you come close, looks at you and says, "Oh my god, it's so cute."
Thanks. My mother hates it, which is kind of hilarious and makes me like it more.
That makes so much sense. That it's a sign of a good haircut, right?
Truly, she is like beside herself. I can tell that she wanted to say things. She didn't say as much as I expected her to say, but you could tell that it was just like sitting there bubbling under the surface.
What did you tell her?
That my hair gets in my way and I have classes like pottery and film development and swimming that I've taken up lately, and that I just don't want my hair in my way. She was not pleased with that answer, but whatever. If she likes long hair so much, she can grow out her own damn hair. Not my fault she didn't get the good hair genes. Jeez. I think she's just pissed that I got dad's hair.
They just chuckle at that. You say, how does it feel though? How do you feel?
Oh, so much better. Lighter. It was always in the way, and I had to like wear it back, and it was just a pain in the ass.
It looks so good on you.
Thank you.
I remember the first time I cut off all my hair, and it was just so freeing.
Yeah, it's very nice and much cooler. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna sweat to death now.
Yeah. Do you did you get yourself coffee? And do you
Oh yeah, let me go grab something, and I'll go grab whatever. What I have is not nearly as important.
and you come back and like Cameron's trying to awkwardly like make conversation with you. What kind of things are you working on? What kind of stuff are you doing?
Oh yeah, I'll pull out my iPad and flip through some stuff that I'm working on. Um, and then at some point too, I will bring up the. So how, like, can we like crowd fund so that y'all don't have to lose your place?
I don't think the owner's interested in it, and honestly, I don't. As much as I appreciate the thought, like I don't want to run that store.
Well, that's
It
fair.
it was it was hard. I want to do something else. I want to do something. I'm a little like this, you know. I want something. I've always wanted to do something vibrant and fun and community driven, I guess.
That's awesome. I mean, you could certainly attempt to do that here. Or do you
Yeah.
feel like you need to not be here?
No, I mean, this would be the place to do it, right? Like, this is, it's a big city, so just people. It's hard to find place, and it's hard to find permission to do something like this anymore.
Hmm.
Just I always had this like vision of like making art, creating art, maybe even like I see like sometimes people do like community repair days where they repair appliances and like or like fix mugs and stuff, like something cute and like brings the community together like that. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, we're a college town. It's a good enough place as any to do something like that. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like the other college kids would enjoy something like that too.
Yeah.
And you might be able to connect younger people with, older people in the community that need support. I mean, there's lots of ways to brainstorm this out.
Yeah. If you know people who are interested, I mean, you can, let let me know and I can talk to them and stuff. I mean, I don't know. It seems silly though, you know? It
Hmm.
Sorry, I didn't bring you here to just like deal with my own insecurities.
No,
So.
you're fine. You're fine. Ambitions are not, a bad thing. But yeah, I can poke around in my various communities and see what kind of interests we might have. I know there are like a handful of like buy nothing groups on Facebook and stuff like that. So there's like already some degree of community based organizing and such that are happening kind of organically.
Oh, yeah. I'll look into all that stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe it's not such a bad idea. And
I mean, I'd super prefer if you didn't have to leave.
yeah, I don't want to leave here either. And like it seems like absentmindedly like they put their hand on your hand when they say that.
Mhm.
Like I like people here. It's where I grew up, and there's good folks here.
Yeah, the people here like you too. Like all my friends are asking how to help make sure that you don't have to leave. So
Oh my god, really?
yeah,
Oh,
truly.
they don't think I'm like some sad case that they have to fix.
No, I mean, again, I think that, my friends are also very community driven. And so we're always all kind of looking out for folks.
Yeah, I mean, maybe hmm, I'll see what I can do. Maybe we can get together and like pilot out something, or like have just a community day and see how it goes,
Yeah,
or
I think
something.
it's a great place to start. And I think if we advertise around campus, I think it could be really cool. In fact, campus, we might be able to host it on campus even. Like the school really, really loves anything that we can do to connect students to the broader community because that relationship is really necessary to keep like locals not pissed off that all of the annoying college students are, here and doing college student things.
Yeah. Yeah, like maybe you reach out at campus. I can talk to people, who I know, and we can see what can get going.
Absolutely.
Anyway, you look surprisingly good for someone who just like cut off their hair and whose mother is upset with you. Like, what's going on with you?
I mean, my mom's always upset at something, so it's not, it's fine. She'll get over it, or she won't. I don't care anymore. I don't know. I'm just I'm getting very over the overwhelming pressure to mold me in her image. Um, I don't know. I think she thinks I'm her like doll, and I'm not. So yeah,
I
I've
mean,
got to move out of that house, I think.
I think you do too.
Like,
I think that's a good idea.
she's gonna love that too.
They will Cameron will you kind of continue to chit chat with Cameron, and you
Dozens in the chat said I could always move in with Jerry in the trailer in the back of the Arby's parking lot.
it is an option.
I need everyone who's listening to just receive that.
Niff
is
would
an option.
never allow that.
He would probably, like, Jerry'd probably let me. He's a cool guy.
Oh yeah. Jerry's
Harry
awesome.
would just be like, "You can move in with us. It'll be another person to help with rent." And Reese will finally have someone else who is a slightly more normal roommate.
Hey, I have some friends. They're putting on a burlesque show like next week. Do you want to come with?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I'll send you all the details.
Fantastic.
And Cameron will pull you in for a hug.
Awesome. I will hug them back.
And they say your hair really does look really good.
Thank you.
Oh.
I'm just waiting for everything to be horribly wrong.
No, nothing's gonna go wrong here at all.
You're a liar.
Can't ever trust a GM.
No, you can't.
Don't give them something they can use against you.
All right. So I think that satisfies your obligation for now.
Awesome.
Janice, what are you up to? Or we'll start with your stress. Let's get your stress and we'll see how this goes.
Okay. My lowest is a 0, so I'll roll twice and take the lowest. And I rolled a 6 and a 1.
Oh, so you take 5 stress?
No.
High strung Janice is back, baby.
Yeah, our poor
Janice,
stress
I
ball.
know. We all did so. I mean, not all of us. Some of us did so well. Usually.
Janice is still rocking to level 1 harms as well, so she's doing great.
Oof, yeah.
I think that with Janice's obligation, she's going to not sneak out. She's just going to walk out and head over to the school and slip into the robotics club room in the science building. After hours, or at least when there's outside of club time, so the room is empty. And just gonna look over the club roster and the club officer roster, and look over the names, look at Splendiferous and look at Max. She's like, man, I'm losing club members, dropping like flies. And think she's going to, yeah, have like a moment of like responsibility and a moment of like letting her people down. She's like, I don't think I'm doing very good as president of the robotics clubs. I'm like, I didn't feel like I was neglecting my position or my club members, but with Splendiferous and now Max both feeling, you know, like they're, second banana or less than, I think she's kind of like grappling with that and like what her like ambition and single-mindedness is how that's affecting the people around her. And then she's also like glancing over the rest of the roster and like kind of like doing a mental check on each of the people in the club and like, have I made this person feel less than? How's this person doing? Have I made this person feel less than? And she kind of wallows in that for a minute. And then she gets out her phone and she sends a text to Splendiferous Maximus and says, hey, can you meet up?
He will respond back, yes, Janice, I can meet up.
Even his text messages are so extra.
I imagine it's in like all caps with several exclamation points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like somehow he has like AOL Instant Messenger. Like he's able to like style his fonts and like background colors and italics and stuff. Freaking Splendiferous.
I feel like he has a text signature
For every text.
for every text.
Sent from the
It's
phone,
like-
Splendiferous Maximus.
It's one of those like quotes and then it's the text signature.
And she'll propose a place, like maybe a coffee cart near campus or something.
Yeah, you suggest a place. You go to meet up. He trundles up in his slightly too large coat and carry in his big backpack, and he sets down the backpack and he says, Janice.
Splendiferous. Do you honestly wear a tie like everywhere you go? Did you dress up for this, or were you already wearing this at home?
He says, it's a clip-on, and he clips it.
I mean, that is efficient and good for safety, I guess. No one can grab you by the tie if it just snaps right off.
Thinking,
well done.
It makes me look dignified.
You say so. Splendiferous, listen. I feel like we've become pretty friendly over the last couple of weeks. At least more friendly than we have been in the past. And also I have come to, respect your place on the robotics team and see you as more of an equal, as much as it pains me to admit that. And so I feel comfortable asking you this. I think I need to step down as co-president of the robotics club. And I'm going to need you to, be okay with shouldering my share of the responsibility on your own.
I don't understand why you would want to step down. What's the problem? What's going on? Is it the aliens?
Partially. But I feel as though the aliens are also kind of exposing some challenges and difficulties and some feelings that were already there. I mean, your experience with the aliens was because of your feelings around our relationship and your place in the club. And I don't know if you've noticed that Max has been missing the last couple of days, but we found him, and it was just kind of that all over again, honestly. And I am worried that I have some blind spots and that I may be hurting some other people in the club and not noticing it. So I need to, I think, step down and take some time to think about that and think about my role here.
He looks at you and says, Janice, I'm going to share some of my wisdom with you. He says, ever since everything that happened, I have been going to see a therapist. And I wanted to actually talk to you about everything. I blamed you for a lot of things. But those things were not your fault. We live in a hyper-competitive system. Now, I won't tell you to back down, although that actually stresses me and scares me out a little bit. But if you need to do that, you should do that. That's what my therapist told me when I was considering backing out of the robotics club. But you and I started working as a team, and it made me feel better. But I don't blame you for what happened. I've been competing at a level above where I was supposed to be since I was 11 years old. They put me in high school.
Which was only a couple of years ago.
Janice, that is not what we are talking about.
Sorry, you're right. Sorry.
And he says, they put me in high school and all the kids tried to outdo me and I tried to outdo them. But it wasn't those kids' fault. They were just competing the same as I was. You take care of you, and if I need to step up and be the captain, I will. But don't. The way I felt was not your fault, and I don't want you to feel like it was your fault.
I appreciate you sharing that with me. I would never have expected in a million years for you to consider stepping down from your position in the club as well. That's quite a shock and a surprise. So
it was a brief error in judgment.
Well, maybe if you're working on yourself and I'm working on myself, maybe we can work together and help each other with maybe our blind spots and opportunities to do better. Because I don't blame you either, even though you tried to kill me and all of my friends. It was, I know, a weird space for you to be in mentally and physically.
It was weird. My perception was far and disjointed, and I did not like that.
Yeah.
However,
maybe this is some.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I was just going to say and propose that maybe this is something that we can do together and maybe not change the direction of the club at all, because I think we're really good and I love winning our robotics competitions and, again, and crushing our competition. But I think that we could also spend a little bit of our energy and a little bit of our focus more inward and focus on the health and the well-being of the rest of our club members. Both because it's, I think, the right thing to do, and also I don't want any more of them turning into monsters and trying to destroy the city or me and my friends.
Who else turned into a monster?
Oh, Max.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that was important information, Janice.
Sorry, I thought I mentioned that at the beginning of the conversation. Yeah, Max turned into a monster, and he called himself the Architect. And he didn't really resolve that. So he might still be out there somewhere architecting our doom and destruction still at this very moment. Janice pulls out a little pad and pencil and like jots down a note. Need to follow up on that.
You know, he is an architecture major. It was a little weird that he decided to join the robotics club.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he was really into like home automation.
Maybe.
Building automations or something. I don't know.
You know, you are correct. We definitely have a blind spot. I don't know much about Max.
Me either, other than that he was super reliable and dependable. And given that, like I never really paid too much attention to him, which, you know, is an oversight. I'll tell you
Well,
what, I think that my decision to step down might have been a little bit hasty. And that I think I would like to stay on and try to figure this all out. As long as, you know, you're here as my partner and my equal in this in the club.
I'll put it in the agenda to have a line item to talk about our mental health at the next meeting.
I think it's a good start.
Is that all, Janice?
I think that's all for now, Splendiferous. Thank you for being available and for meeting me here. I guess we can we can follow up at our next club meeting.
He takes a drink of his Slurpee. You invite him to a coffee stand. He came with the Slurpee.
Excellent. Yep. All right. Thank you.
He says, until next time, Janice.
Until then.
He leads away.
All right. Okay. That is, I don't know if there's any other obligation that Janice needs to take care of right now.
Okay.
Janice is feeling like super like starry-eyed proud of Calliope right now, but doesn't really know what to do with those feelings. So she's just gonna kind of like, I don't know, maybe like in the hideout, Calliope has turned around once or twice and just seen Janice kind of like staring at her adoringly from the doorway to the other room and then ducking away. But because as Kronos, you know, like she, you know, their dad trusted Kronos to go back and give Calliope the pendant and everything. So they like, you know, there's more of a relationship there than Calliope and perhaps Janice are even aware of, built on, you know, trust and who knows what else. And I think Janice is starting to realize that.
I think that will bring us officially into our downtime phase.
Woo! Downtime!
Maybe we can segue on that. Maybe Janice will approach Calliope in the hideout or somewhere, and maybe just lead with the easy and most obvious, just like, hey, your haircut looks really good, Calliope. I like it. Quite a bit.
Thank you.
Also, thanks for saving my life back there with the architect. It was very nice of you.
Truly anytime.
Okay, good, thanks.
I couldn't watch anything happen to you.
I couldn't watch anything happen to you either. You are a very special and important person to me, and I wouldn't want to see anything bad happen to you.
I feel the same about you. And she'll go to give you a hug.
Oh, good. Hugs.
I think this
Oh,
is the first time
friendship.
Kai has seen Calliope. Oh, we can get to that later. Never mind. Doesn't do what you're doing.
Yeah. And I don't know. So Janice is harmed. And I don't know. I was reading through the recovering from harm section, and it says you can recover from harm by filling your recovery clock, but it doesn't really, I don't see a spot where it
Yeah.
says how to fill your recovery.
You
Fuck.
one of your downtime activities is that you can help a friend heal. You have to help each other heal.
Okay.
Although y'all took
Oh.
an ability, so in the mission you'll also have some chances to heal. But that's
Okay.
later. So
So we have to
Um,
wait until we're in downtime for that.
we are in downtime.
Which we
Oh,
are,
yeah.
which we are in.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So then let's do something about that.
Okay. Yeah, maybe when we go in for a hug, Janice kind of like flinches, like, oh, my ribs are still a little bruised.
Oh no, Janice. What do we need to do to help heal?
Yeah, let me pull my book.
I am also looking in my book.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. So most of this
I'll
happens
look
when
to
a
see
friend
what cheat
helps you
sheet.
recover.
When you help a friend recover, describe how you are supporting their healing process and roll an appropriate action. They advance their recovery clock according to the results. On a
Yes.
critical success, fill 5 segments and you mark 1 link with the other character. Completing the recovery clock removes all level 1 harm, and all other harm is reduced by 1 level. I can keep reading if you'd like.
If
I-
your
I
roll
would
gives
like
you more
that.
marks, then
I
there
love-
are.
Let's go
The
into the
sound of
voice
your
acting.
voice. I want
Yeah.
like Chantel's voice to be like my phone assistant voice.
Right?
It's, you don't have more than a level 1 harm, so we can save that for
don't.
next time.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks like if you fill the clock because you only have level 1 harms, you get rid of both of them.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and depending on how well you roll on the downtime activity, that changes how many segments on the healing clock. So
Okay.
it sounds like Calliope, you're wanting to help maybe heal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, tell me how you do that.
Probably something with empathize. Probably. I think maybe I'll spend some time checking with Janice on how things are going since the incident, because that whole thing happened really quick and then we didn't really get to process a lot of that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I feel like that's appropriate because I'm bruised, but I'm also panicked. So an empathize would, I think, help with that.
You can so Callie, you roll for empathize.
So I have 1 in that.
Yep.
And oh, hold on. Oh, never mind that. I don't know if this can. So I have the heartfelt thing. When gathering information about someone's emotions, roll +1d. I don't know if that is relevant here.
I'll let you count that because of the way you described how you're doing it. Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So then how many dice do I roll? So I have
you
one
would
in
just do the 1.
empathize.
You have 1, do 2. 2
Do
dice.
2. Okay. That is a 6 and a 3.
Woo!
Ooh, a 6. Okay.
Nice.
So a 6 is
Critical success.
that's
So
it's not a critical, it's just a success.
Hmm?
2
For the
6
critical
one
success, you
six.
need the
oh
2
right,
sixes.
right.
Yeah.
So that is 4 segments marked.
Oh, then I'm healed.
Yay!
Fantastic.
You did it.
Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you, Calliope. You hugged me so good.
Heck yeah. You're welcome. I have magic hugs.
The rib was just probably just slightly out of place. And
It's like, here, let me put that
Just
back
like,
for you.
oh, ooh, I could take a full breath again. Feels good.
Excellent. So I just a point of order, Calliope, you don't have only mortal anymore. So I don't think you have
Correct.
3 actions anymore.
I
You're
do
down
not.
to 2.
Oh.
Yep.
slumming it with us mortals,
Yeah.
with us non-mortals, I guess.
Yeah, non-mortals now.
Yeah.
I feel like okay, so I want to use an action to create a link with Calliope. And what I want to do with that is talk about the fact that I fulfilled one of my promises, one of my vows. My paradoxical vow was returning the pendant to Calliope. And I think Janice will broach the subject and tell Calliope, I've been traveling backwards from the time that Verdage gave me that pendant. And I feel like I have hit kind of the, I can't see further into the future, which is the past at this point. Timey-wimey stuff. I don't know. I don't know what happens now. I've kind of gone back as far as I can go, and I don't know what happens next. So it's all it's a little bit scary, I guess. I don't know what happens from here. It's going to be up to you and the rest of us, I suppose.
Ooh. Scary, but exciting.
Yeah, yeah.
At least we're in it together.
We're in it together, and I can tell you that, I feel like you, Calliope, up to this point, have really been in a lot of ways the heart of our group. And I can tell you that in the future, Verdage was definitely a really strong leader of our group. And like I said, don't know what happens next, but I'm looking for how those two things kind of reconcile and interweave with each other. I think it's going to be great, and I'm really excited for you and for us.
Me too. I'm glad we've got each other.
I'm glad we've got each other.
So Janice, it sounds like you're trying to make a link. So I'm gonna need you to roll. I think this will be confess.
Oh, good. I have a point in that. A 5.
5. Okay. I believe PDF disappeared. A 5 is 3 segments, 3 links.
Oh, wow.
So Callie, you have 3 links with Janice.
Oh, does Callie have them? I don't mark them. Callie marks them.
I always forget which direction they go.
I know. Me too.
Yeah. So when you form a link, you give them links with you.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
All right. I gave you 3 links. Here you go.
Thank you.
And I don't
Well,
really
and
know.
I'm wondering if in this process of like back and forth exchange, if I can give her links as well.
Yeah. I mean, you can spend your downtime action too. You would have to spend your downtime action to give
Okay.
links. So
But not part of this section. Ordinarily in downtime, I feel like I would like to, do some research on something that's coming up, but I don't feel like we have anything like super urgent or pressing.
Well, and the good thing about doing the investigation mission is that the investigation clock doesn't go down at the end of the mission. So
Okay.
your investigation clock is exactly where you left it. You do have like a whole you basically came out of the lab with like a box full of stuff that you haven't gone through.
Yeah,
So there's probably more to be discerned.
you're right.
But there's also, that Moonflower wants to talk to you, and she probably has some context there too. So,
Ooh, yeah, I definitely want to do that. Oh man, Janice is like really itching to like dig through all this cool scientific equipment and logs and books and stuff. But yeah, this is the time to meet Moonflower. Then like I definitely want to do that first.
If you want to go meet Moonflower, like you were invited to come with your friends and everything. So I'll
Can we,
say
like,
let's
table
hold
that?
we'll
Yeah.
we'll hold that till the end.
Okay.
In fact, with the time and everything, that does mean it might go to the next session. Just giving everyone a heads up. So
Right on.
yeah, so Callie, you still have one downtime action. And the rest of you have downtime stuff you can do.
Oh, because the helping heal was one.
Was one, yes.
Okay, got it.
I'm just looking through my notes to see if there's anything that I want to investigate. Would we have compared notes about the whole lab thing?
You haven't had a chance to do that yet.
Okay. Because we had our sleepover.
Oh
And-
yeah, if you yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
I probably would have filled Carrie in.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. So Carrie's first downtime action is that they're going to check in with Janice. Just kind of come over, sit down next to her. Hey, I know that we haven't gotten a lot of chances to talk recently. We've both been kind of busy, but how are you doing? Are you okay?
I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm a little bit stressed out about, of all things, the robotics club. I feel like my robotics club people keep turning into monsters and trying to kill us. But I'm feeling better about that right now because I talked to Splendiferous about it, and we're going to try to tackle that together. So that's going pretty well. Otherwise,
That's good. I think that Gutierrez-san could help you with some sort of breathing thing. He taught it to me kind of feeling my body. It was very nice.
oh, okay, yeah, I'm pretty good at breathing.
I
'Cause
know.
yeah, I do it a lot.
I know. It's a fun quirk I've learned about humans. And sometimes you do it manually, but sometimes you don't.
Oh no, now I'm doing it manually.
Oh no!
Cool. Thanks for that. Thanks for that tip. Maybe I'll ask Gutierrez about that.
Yes, I think that you two would be very good friends. You're both very smart. And
Nice.
I think that you both want to be the best version of yourselves that you can be for other people. And that's something that I admire about you. And I want you to hear me when I say this. You are being the best version of you. I am very proud of you, and I think that you are doing enough. You're doing a good job.
I think that hits Janice pretty hard, and she kind of like I don't know, like pre tears up. She's like, "Oh, Carrie, you're getting so good at being human and having feelings." She'll like reach out and give Carrie a hug.
Hug. I
Hug.
had some very good teachers.
Heart, robot heart wolf. How are you doing, Carrie? Like, you seem to have a lot going on. You have like 2 jobs now, which
I
is a lot
have
more
2
than
jobs, and I have an ex-partner who might be turning good, but continues to choose a fucking cat over me. That cat is stupid.
that's
I mean,
insulting.
I know he has a dumb face. He's not even that fluffy. I am much fluffier than he is, even in
You're
my
so
normal
fluffy.
form. I am so fluffy. I mean, he probably wouldn't even be like very nice to hug. I don't think that he does hugs.
No, I bet he doesn't. And
No, and he
you do great hugs.
thank you. And he's a terrible sword fighter. I mean, yes, he got one over on me and he was kind of doing well, but also I definitely like took the sword, which is kind of a no-no in sword fighting. So I don't know where he learned, but clearly he needs to go back there.
No, you have definitely got, I'm quite confident that you have any foe matched or bested in like strength and speedness for sure.
Thank you.
How were your lessons with Gutierrez today, by the way?
They were very good. He blocked one of my strikes when I went wide, and I had a little bit of a breakdown about it, and then I cried, and I admitted that I've never been a child, I've only ever been a soldier. But I honestly, on reflection, think that that's fine, because I don't think I would be very good at being a child anyways. I think that there's a lot of things that come with that I don't know how to do, and I've never learned how to do. So honestly, I think it's for the best, because I don't like failure, and I don't think that
No.
I would succeed as a child.
Well, it's interesting. I think that being a child is when you're at your most vulnerable, and it's when you like learn a lot about the person that about the person that you want to become, I think. And I think that, in a lot of ways that you are going through kind of a symbolic and metaphorical childhood right now and are like really succeeding at it. Like you're being vulnerable, you're learning a lot about yourself and how to open up. And I think you're getting to have those experiences without having to be like extra small and puny and wimpy, which would be like really hard
I
for
would
you.
hate that.
You would hate that so much.
I
I'm
think
really
I
glad
would
that you're
turn to
getting to go through.
dust.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm glad that you get to go through childhood now and not as like a small person.
Honestly, I don't know how humans do it. I mean, you're so tiny and all of your limbs are strange, and then you
Mm,
grow at a disproportional rate to your limbs on many occasions. And
yeah.
so you're kind of gangly for a while, and it's very awkward, and everyone is mean to everyone else because they all feel like everyone is mean to them. And I get that part because that's how it is in the dreaming as well. Everyone is mean to everyone else, and there's no real cooperation, because if you cooperate with someone, that makes it easier for them to stab you in the small of the back or slit your throat from behind.
Those are
So
some vulnerable spots.
yes, they are.
Wait, did you say that Corvus almost turned good?
I think so. There was a moment where I feel like she hesitated, and she almost came with us, and then she didn't come with us. She went with the stupid cat,
Stupid
his
cat. I hate
name
that
is
cat.
dumb. His name is so dumb. His name is like Black Claw, which is a warrior cat's villain. He
Oh,
is he has the same name as a villain in a book series for children about kitty cat genocide,
oh gosh.
which is silly. I mean, I wouldn't want my name to be shit. What's a warrior cat? Guys, quick, warrior cat names.
I can't tell you.
That's not my fandom. Sorry.
I get it though. I wouldn't want to be called like Pink Fingernails. It's a stupid
No,
name to start with.
that's a dumb name. If I was called
Yeah.
like purple hair, I would feel like that would be more of an insult than anything else.
It's just like a description.
It is. It's just a description. I mean, he could have at least chosen something like semi cool, like Thunderfang or something. But
Thunderfang would be so
no,
cool.
Black Claw. Your claws aren't even black, they're clear. That's how nails work, idiot.
What a dumb dumb.
I
Did you
appreciate that you hate this man on sight despite having never met him, because I
No,
don't like
he's
him.
stupid. He's dumb. I don't like him at all. How would you feel if Corvus did come over to our side?
I think that we'd have a lot to talk about, certainly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the same person that I was. I'm not the same person that she loved. And I don't know if we can get back to that spot. I don't know if that's something that would be good for either of us. I don't know a lot of things, but I would love to figure them out with her.
Well, then I want that for you too. And I think you're right. You can't go back. I mean, none of us are the same person that we were, in the past. But what you would have to do is figure out a way to, I guess, like move forward together with the new people that you are. Like, I don't know. I can only kind of like extrapolate like the kind of person that Corvus is based on the kind of person that you used to be, and assume that dream entities are kind of similar. But like the fact that they're even thinking about turning, I think would be unthinkable to like the old Corvus, or to like the old Lycos. So like they're not the same person they were either. And I think that shows some, some hope and some possibility there.
You know that even if she comes back, and even if we're reunited and we start figuring out what we mean to each other, you're my number one.
You're my best friend and you're my number one too. But uh, I can't be everyone for you,
I know.
and like there are roles that I can't, that I can't fulfill for you. Like we'll always be best friends no matter what. But if Corvus is who you want to, to be your person, like romantically, and have then like I super want that for you, because I want you to have that and to feel that. I want you to feel love, and I want you to feel that kind of like that kind of happiness.
I don't know what I want. I thought that when I saw her again, we would fall back into everything. And that's what I wanted for a little while, but I don't think that would be good for me. We work together, and we work together well, but we work together to do terrible things. Things that keep me up at night. She was my lifeboat in the dreaming, but that doesn't always make for the healthiest relationships. I think that we would have to figure out who we are independently, and then figure out who we are together, and if that still works romantically, and if we both still want that romantically.
Yeah. And if not, like that's sad, but that's not the worst thing. It's not the end of the world. You'll still have, the times that you were together to be thankful for and grateful for and to remember.
It would be an ending, but it wouldn't be the end.
And I'd still be
And
here for you. We'd still have each other.
I know. And they just kind of put their hand on Janice's hand, give it a little squeeze.
Janice will lay her head on Carrie's shoulder. And just be like, yeah, well, I'll always be here for you. Like, we'll always be best friends no matter what.
I know. And what should I roll for the link smell?
I want to say it's either express or confess. Or even empathize. You hit all of those, so I'll give it to you. What's your choice there?
Okay. I think I'm going to go with confess.
Okay.
Wee. That is a 5.
5. Okay. A 5 is 3. So Janice, you gain 3 links with Carrie.
Yay. And just kind of like in passing, in this tender moment, Janice will be like, hey, does Nip seem okay to you? She sure does seem like she's living in 2 different worlds sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know, honestly. I think that's part of why I consider her my rival. She seems so across a spectrum of lives. And, you know, what's better to fight? It's better to fight a bunch of people than to fight just one person. Gives you options.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know either. Just thought I'd ask.
Carrie
right.
will single-handedly fight capitalism in the form of NIF.
True. And do you want to do one of Nif's actions before I do Carrie's other action? Does anybody want to go in between Carrie's stuff?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm enjoying being a spectator in this too.
Like I say every session, this is my favorite show.
All right. Carrie is going to specifically start researching into project I don't know how to pronounce this word. I know how to write it. I don't know how to pronounce it. The Project
Oh,
Onerous.
Oneirus?
Onerous, yes.
All right.
Doing
Oh.
specific research into Project Onerous, utilizing Kai's like whole robot deal, magical robot deal,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
any resources they can get their hands on, they're going to start looking through. And I mean, we have like the final March 3rd, 1996 is the latest date in Moonflower's office. So we at least have like a rough idea that something went down then.
In Alice Vogel's office, right?
In Alice Vogel's office, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know why I wrote the wrong thing.
That's okay. I mean, like, these stories are definitely intertwined. That's already been established. So
Yes. I think I wrote Moonflower because they were talking to Moonflower beforehand and then wires got crossed.
Yeah. So what's the frame of reference that Carrie wants to go at this at?
Okay, so
well, actually, you have investigation questions when we do this, right?
yes,
So
I do.
let's do it that way. Let's do. It looks like this is going to be analyzed, so let's get your questions.
Woo! All right, I shall roll. I'll roll one of my many dice that rolled a 4. Oh, it rolled a 5. One step up. Good job.
Okay.
This is probably Carrie's most successful investigation to date.
Okay. You gain 3 segments on the investigation track. And you get 1 question and 1 follow-up from your gather information questions.
I'm going, ooh, see, there are 2 that I'm in between. Can I post them to the group and have us decide as a group? Collaboration.
Yeah, I mean, feel free to do whatever you need to do.
There are 2 that I'm drawn to. One is what's the danger no one else sees, and the second is what's really going on here. So I feel like both of those would be good questions to ask. Does anyone have like any strong opinions about which one is the better question?
I lean toward the danger question.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like Carrie is good at looking for danger.
Carrie is very good at looking for danger. I also don't want to break Mal's plot by just asking, hey Mal, what's really going on here? Tell me now.
You're not going to break my plot. It's all good.
Okay. So, yeah, I think that the question I'm going to go with is, what's the danger no one else sees?
The danger no one else sees. Whatever is going on in this, whatever went on in this lab, it predates everything you're aware of with the Dreaming's contact with the Dreamers, like by a significant margin. The danger that no one else is thinking of is like what might already be here that predates even what you are aware of.
Okay. I'm writing this down real quick and then I'll ask my follow-up.
Okay. No worries. I'm also pulling up the sheet to mark your investigation. Y'all are almost full on tier 3.
Woo! We investigate so hard. Okay. So we know that the lab experiments, they were doing something with a sleeping subject and particle immersion to induce a dreaming state as a method of communication that's faster than radio. So we know that whatever went on in the lab predates everything that Carrie knows about the dreaming's contact with the dreamers, and Carrie would presumably know a lot since they're a creature of the dreaming. Okay, so I think we're gonna focus in on the people who were experimented on. Are any of them still alive and known?
The test subject that you see that's on that final one is a volunteer. One Albert Storm.
Motherfucker. Okay. So Carrie's like doing all of this, multiple screens pulled up. It is probably the best and most thorough investigation they have ever done. They've got like a little notepad, they're jotting things down. In the corner, there are little doodles of various stick figures, but that's okay, they're not relevant. And they slam the notebook closed, whip around to everybody. You will never believe what I just found out. So not only does the experiments that were going on predate the Dreaming's contact with the Dreamers, Albert Storm was the final test subject recorded, and he was a volunteer.
And
I mean,
also combining this with the research you've done on Storm Industries, you would know that his company would have been nascent at the time. He was just getting it off the ground.
I mean, it feels like maybe it only predates it by a little bit, in that maybe it was successful, and successful subject Albert Storm, who works in military technology, could have had a boost from the other side.
How much, like, what's the time difference between the first contact with the Dreaming and the Dreamers and when the experiment that was going on?
Yeah. You would have started doing your raids and things on Earth like sometime last year. Like it's really new, everything that's happening.
Oh.
So the dreaming didn't make contact with Earth. Earth made contact with the dreaming. Like the dreaming's not invading us. We invaded them. Is this like retaliation?
It could, I mean, the culture is very much one of retaliation. If they felt like they were threatened, or like Earth had invaded or done something, some faux pas, they would have retaliated full force. I mean, I didn't know why the attacks were happening. I just knew that they were happening and that I was being trusted to help carry them out. That was, oh, haha, fun.
That was excellent joke.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was all that I knew. I should have asked more follow-up questions, but that wasn't my mentality at the time.
You guys. Okay, this could be just the most stupid, dangerous idea possible. maybe. But like, if I could go and like actually have a face-to-face conversation with Albert Storm,
Don't do it alone.
Well-
how would
like it might be better if I do it alone or possibly with Janice.
I mean, I would like to
Um,
be there more than you doing it alone. This doesn't, you don't have your like, this is a hypothetical voice on right now. Like, what is,
Well, okay, so I might be able to get Albert Storm's direct contact information. I think also checking like Nif is checking her text is like, has mom's assistant gotten back to me yet?
Yeah, you have like sends the whole like actual like V card for the contact, which has also the assistant's notes about Albert Storm, what kind of things he likes and things like that. Like you get like a dossier.
So like yeah, we now I can't guarantee anything, obviously, and maybe it wouldn't be with Albert Storm himself. But I mean, in some ways that might even be better if you know it was like a meeting with somebody who worked in like the technology area, because maybe, you know, meeting with the head of the company. But yeah, I might just have Albert Storm's direct contact information.
How?
Nif, that's awesome. How did you get
Ah.
this?
Yeah, I would also like to know how. I think that's a shared sentiment.
Um, so I just I so my parents might have met him once. I think I have also met him once.
Oh,
What, did he break into your house?
Okay, so I don't like to talk about it. I don't talk about my parents much.
I thought they were dead, to be honest.
Oh, that would probably be better for the world.
Oh, well, I can take care of that. Just give me their address.
You know, not to joke about killing parents around Carrie.
You couldn't
it's
get
all
into
too
their
late.
place.
I think you underestimate me.
Kai comes
Challenge
around
them.
and says, Carrie, this is your daily reminder. No assassination attempts.
Oh, it wouldn't be an attempt, darling. I'd be carrying it out.
Daily reminder.
Either way,
Has like each of
so
us set a daily reminder for Carrie.
yeah, I think it was at like, I can't remember if it was this past winter gala. I think it was this past winter gala.
Gala?
So my parents are really rich.
How rich? Like $400?
Carrie.
I mean, I think each of them probably makes more than that in a minute. My
Good
trust
Lord.
fund makes more interest than that in an hour.
You're a trust fund baby, Nif. Winifred.
I don't like to talk about it because they're awful people.
That must be hard. I'm sorry.
They have that much money, but there are children who can't even afford self-defense lessons.
Oh, they have that much money on the backs of those children who can't afford self-defense lessons
They
or
sound
medical
like
care.
leeches. I think
They're
it would be best to remove.
awful. I mean, there would be a lot of money behind you. People care when the rich go disappear. you would be found, and you know things would happen to you that wouldn't be reported. This nobody would find out.
No
you
one
know,
has
not-
to find out that they're gone either. I've seen enough How to Get Away with Murder.
Harry, I love you. You are a wonderful person, but I don't think you understand how the world works. It's, you know,
Clearly, because I assumed that everyone at least got a fair share of resources, and yet your parents sit like dragons on hoards of wealth that they will never spend.
Yeah. And my car is paid for and my condo I own and, you know, your health insurance I pay for out of pocket. How do you think you had health insurance?
And
I
all of those
can't
Arby
have health
fries.
insurance. I don't exist.
Yeah, how do you think you had health insurance at the hospital when you don't
Honestly,
exist?
I assumed that it was a lie that someone had made up.
I'm just saying, killing my parents would not put us in a better stead for anything. But having my parents as contacts could get us in the front door of Storm Industries for a meeting with Albert Storm. Or, an internship
We
for
do eat a lot
Janice.
of fries.
I would actually love an internship at Storm Industries. That would be a dream.
I mean, that's how I got his information, was saying, I have a friend who's really interested in robotics.
That was not a lie.
Dude, I try not to lie as much as I can.
You just have lies of omission.
Oof.
And I think as we have this revelation about Nif and her family, and we discuss all this, we are currently at time. So we're going to end
No!
things for tonight.
No!
We are leaving with a
No.
very pissed off Carrie.
I know. I want to play for another 3 hours. Like,
I
just
know.
right now.
I'm like, we just need a quick breather, just a quick break, grab some more water. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great because Carrie and Nif, or like, as allies, had finally kind of come to this like friendly rivalry. I feel like this is a step back from that friendly, I feel like, at least for Carrie.
Oh, it is a very large leap back. Carrie is fuming.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, let's go ahead and remind folks who you are. We'll start with you, Chantel.
Hi, I'm Chantel. I don't have any other things going on that I could point you towards on social media. So if you like me, find me here on Tuesdays on the Underlight Adventures. Yeah, and capitalism is always the problem.
All right, Elle.
Hi, sorry, I was making a note of downtime actions that are left so that we can get back to that
Thank
next
you.
time.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. And people can correct me if I am wrong about this. So I put it in the Discord. Hello, everyone. I am Elle. If you would like to see if I will continue to be Elle, you can find me at Sapphic Soulful or at Soulful Sapphic on these social medias. You can find me here on Tuesdays playing Lycos, aka Carrie Milan of Vander Leal. Did it without looking at the notes. Woo! They have just learned how bad capitalism is, and now they are ready to kill about it. They are doing great. You can also find me over on Bardic Inspiration Network this next week. We're going to be having our D&D week, so that is going to be super fun, super exciting. We have Swords of Byrodin on Monday. We are currently in a death tournament where Lot is riding on us winning, and Silas Briarwood is trying to make sure that we do not. Also, Anna Ripley is there, and she is threatening to take away my child. It's a lot. And then on Wednesday, we have Tales of Exandria, Shadows of the Lost. We are currently trying to make our way to Iman to talk to Gilmore. But while we do that, there are werewolves stalking us, which is super fun and super cool, and also demons that are just hanging out in our heads. That's why it's called Shadows, baby. And I think that's it for me.
Sweet. Doesn't.
I lose it every time Carrie goes into her like announcer voice. I'm Dozens. I have been playing time traveler and girl scientist Janice Quinn. You can connect with me on Mastodon. I'm at dozens at tiny.tilde.website, and you can check out some of the sillier games that I make at dozens.itch.io.
Hey, I'm Siliqui Jaden. You can find me everywhere online as Fat Sapphic Bro. Mostly hang out on TikTok and make variety of content, so feel free to come hang out with me there. As for streaming, I'm here on Twitch most Sundays, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m., most Mondays, 5 to 7 p.m., most Tuesdays, 6 to 9 p.m., and most Wednesdays, 2 to 5 p.m., all PST, and they were given in detail in the announcements at the beginning. Thanks.
And I am Archangelic. You can find me at you can find many links for you can find me here running this game for these wonderful people. Thank you, wonderful people. You can also find many links for me on my website, archangelic.space. I am currently trying to break into professional GMing. I have a game up. I'm still looking for 2 players. I'm going to run Thirsty Sword Lesbians in space. It's going to be like a Farscape style, like misadventure through space.
I want to play in it so bad. I just have scheduling conflicts.
And that is the worst part of running TTRPGs in general. So if I get this one up off the ground, I might open up more. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, that's me. I'm on all the same games that Jaden announced. So thank you, Polly, our producer. We could not do this without you. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you everyone for tuning in. And as always, we love you. We hope to see you next time.
Go
Go, go, coconuts.
coconuts!
Go
Go
coconuts.
coconuts!